other thing I want to talk about was kind of Elon Musk, but that goes back to the whole coronavirus thing, and I think we're kind of talked out about.
I agree.
That subject matter.
Yeah.
Just want to mention that he opened Tesla. He's one of the last manufacturers to close, and like he opened up the factory because he doesn't believe, he opened up the factory against the wishes of Alameda County, which is the county his factory is in, and because he doesn't believe that coronavirus is really that bad. And because we were talking about this before we started filming or recording, some people are saying that the coronavirus deaths are overreported, and other people are saying, people like Dr. Fauci are saying that they're underreported because a lot of people have been dying from the disease even before it got bad. People were dying from it, and either it was listed as pneumonia or something, because you get one of the simple things that happens when you get it is you can get double pneumonia.
Right.
So a lot of people were dying of pneumonia and they actually had coronavirus. So he was saying that he thinks it's underreported because of that fact. People didn't know what people were dying of, and they didn't have test kits for it, or they wasn't even testing for it because it wasn't a big thing here yet. And even people who are dying at home now of the virus, they're not going to waste a test kit on those people because we don't have enough tests anyway. So he was saying that it's underreported. So, and I think it's somewhere in between.
That's usually.
I think it's, maybe it's being overreported in hospitals. They're just, they're so overwhelmed with patients that maybe they can't even, somebody died. Hey, just write it off as coronavirus. Yeah, I can see that happening. But like I said, there's a lot of people dying at home.
Yeah, I don't know, but I know that there was some controversy about him telling his employees when he opened the factory back up that didn't feel safe coming back,
right?
That he was going to report them, not him.
They sent
him
out
specifically.
They
but,
sent out
his management.
Yeah. They sent out letters to people saying you're not going to get unemployment benefits if you don't get. It's pretty much a threat.
If you don't come back, a job, gainful employment.
We're not necessarily going to fire you, but you're not going to get paid. I mean, it was basically the same thing. It might as well be.
Right.
So he's walking. I know somebody at work who loves Elon Musk, thinks Elon Musk is the future of everything. He's going to solve all of mankind's problems, and he's doing some phenomenal work with electric cars. Electrical cars were not taken seriously before Tesla.
And his work in the space industry is pretty incredible.
Oh, yeah. Having rockets that you can reuse, that is an important step in making space travel viable.
And by the time he gets to Mars, that Tesla will be there so they can drive it around.
But man, this dude, every time I hear him speak, I want to punch him in the face. He's one of those people. It's like
he's definitely a
just because
guy, man.
And this is my thing. Just because you're an expert in one field doesn't mean you're an expert in everything.
In every field, absolutely.
And he's just
men like him. History is full of men like him that have done great things, but then, like you said, they feel like their opinion is the gospel.
Well, they become megalomaniacs.
Yeah.
And they think they're the king of the world. They get the Charlie Sheen syndrome where they're winning, and then they go to the doctor and find out they have AIDS.
Yeah.
That usually brings them down to earth.
Steve Jobs is an example of that.
Oh well, Steve Jobs was well,
he was winning the world, and then
actually when he got diagnosed with cancer, Apple was on the rise, but they hadn't got to where they were going to.
Well, he hit that little window of where he got pushed out, and then
one thing he did do though, which was probably killed him. he started having symptoms because he had pancreatic cancer.
Right.
He went to the doctor and they told him what he had and what he needed, the surgery he needed to have, because they have some kind of procedure they do called the Whipple procedure. He didn't do anything for 9 months.
Didn't he like pursue Eastern medicine?
Yeah, he tried these alternative
Mysticism.
medications and he got sicker and sicker.
Right.
Till he went back and said, "Okay, I'll do it."
But it's too late.
But well, it did cure him for a while, but it came back.
Right.
But I think what they say is that if he had done it right away, he probably would still be alive.
Wow.
So,
that goes back to the point of them being
you get to a certain point where you're so successful, you start to think everything you think because up to that point everything you've done has been golden. So you start to think that maybe you won't even die necessarily.
I can't die. There's
no
way.
You're not a mere mortal. You're going to live forever. You know everything. You become a megalomaniac. And I think he's at that point because everything he's been hitting home runs every time he steps up the plate.
Right.
And now did you read this? He's going to sell all his possessions. And their stock, when he announced this, his stock price dropped. And then he keeps tweeting. He tweets like Trump in a lot of ways. He says all this crazy stuff on Twitter. He said on Twitter that his stock, the stock was going really high because they're starting to make profits. Because, for many years, Tesla wasn't making profit.
Right.
And they've been making profits for the last couple quarters. And the stock has been growing. And he actually got on Twitter and said the stock price was valued too high. And it dropped like, it lost like billions of dollars. It dropped so hard because he said that. And I'm like, what is this? What is wrong with this guy? Which actually kind of goes against the megalomania thing when you actually are the voice of reason in the room and say, hey, this price is too high. So that actually undercuts what I was saying earlier about him. But there's something screwy going on with him is all I'm saying.
We're all gonna find out pretty soon about the choices that are being made and whether they were good or bad or whatever.